Now I want to create our About Us page really quick, because at this moment you know the basics of Elementor, how to create an element, how to create a section, everything. So let's create our About Us page. I'm going back to our dashboard. Here you can see the Elementor. So I'm here at the top hamburger icon. I'm clicking here and then exit to dashboard. So we'll get back to our WordPress dashboard. Now go to all pages here. And now we want to create our About Us page. So here is our About Us page here. Let's click on edit and then edit with Elementor. Alright, so in our About Us page, first I want to create a top banner right here. So let's create our top banner for our About Us page. So to do that, let's click on this plus icon and I want it to be full width. So I'm selecting this single structure. I'm clicking here and I want it to be stretch full width. So I'm clicking here on stretch section. Content width boxed is fine because I want the content width boxed. Then I want to give it a minimum height. So height to minimum height. I want to give it a minimum height like 250. And column position, let's make the column position to stretch. And now I want to add a heading first. So I'm going on elements and from here I'm dragging a heading here inside this section. So here is our heading. I want to say it About Us. This is a H2 and I want to make the alignment center and I want to make it H1. So I'm clicking here on H1. Now I want to add a background image on this section. So to do that, I'm clicking here at this section icon and from here I'm going on style and background type. I want to create a background image. So I'm clicking here on classic, then image. I'm uploading an image. Let's click on upload files, select files, and now I'm going back to Elementor folder and from here I want to select this image. Let's open it and click on insert media. So here is our background image, but we can't see it properly. So let's fix the background position. So here is the background position. I want to make the position custom. Here is the custom option. And we can now select the X position and Y position of this image. So we can just drag it like this. So we can adjust the part of the image we want to show. So let's now adjust our image position. I want to make the X position to like here minus, it's too much, maybe minus 10 or here minus 18 pixel is fine. And Y position, let's play with it so the background image look properly. I'm trying to adjust the image position. So minus 721 pixel, here 721 pixel is fine for it. And let's make the attachment fixed. So if we scroll this page, the attachment will be fixed at the background. Now repeat, I don't want to repeat this image, so no repeat. And size default 1, so that's the auto one. And now you see we can't read the About Us text properly. So to do that, let's change the color to white. I'm selecting on the heading settings here and let's go to styles, text color, change it to white. Still we can see it properly because the background image is lighter. So to fix that, let's click on section settings again and let's go on styles. As you already know what we can do, we can add some background overlay here. So I'm clicking here on background overlay. Let's select background type. So I want to add a solid background color here, so it's black. And I want to adjust the opacity. So let's make the opacity to 0.6 or 7. Yeah, it's nice. And let's play with the blend mode to see which one looks great. I'm selecting overlay. No, this is not right for me. So let's click on darken. Okay, this one looks perfect. And also I don't want this about us text at the top of this section, so I want to make it centered vertically. So to do that, I'm clicking here on the section settings. Let's go to layouts, and here column position is stretch to middle. Yeah, it's vertically centered now. So our top banner part is done. Let's create our next section. In this section, I want to talk about ourselves a little bit. So let's create the section first, and I want to make this section in 2 columns. So I'm clicking here on plus icon, and I want this structure. So I'm clicking here. I don't want it to be stretched on full width, and I want to have some margin at the top. So I'm clicking here on this section icon from advanced tab. I want to add some margin at the top, so let's unbind it first, and maybe 100 pixel at the top. Yes, 100 pixel margin is fine. And on the left, I want to talk about ourselves, so let's do it. I'm clicking here. By clicking on this plus icon, I want to add a subheading first, so I'm dragging a heading here. So I want it to say the secret ingredients, and I want to make it H6. So this is our subheading, and underneath that, like before, I want to add a H2. So let's click on elements, heading, drag it underneath our subheading, and I want it to say, here is my text. Why us? Because we care. And underneath that, I want to have a divider like we have created on our home page. So let's do that. Go to elements. Here is the divider. Let's drag it here underneath our heading. Also, like before, I want to make this width really thin. So 25 is fine. I want to make the alignment left, and let's go on style tab. I want to make the weight 4 like before. Here is 4, and gap, I want to make the gap 2, and I also want to change the color like before. So I'm selecting my color here. Here is the color, and I want to make it more smaller. So let's go on content. Rather than 25, let's make it more smaller, like 12 or 10. Let's make it 10. And underneath this, I want to add some text about us. So let's go to elements, and here I'm selecting a text editor. Let's drag it underneath the divider here. Now I want to put some text about us. So here is my text. And underneath this one, I want to add a button. So let's click on elements, and here button. Let's drag it underneath the text, and this button should say contact us. So contact us, and I want it to link to our contact us page. Also, I want to add some border radius with it like our other buttons. So here border radius, 18 pixel of border radius. Yeah, left column looks fine, but I also want to add some padding around this area, this column. So let's click on this column and go to advanced tab, unbind the padding, and maybe 5 pixel padding on the top, 5 pixel padding on the right. Bottom, I don't want any padding at the bottom, and left, let's keep it 10 pixel. All right. And on the right column, I want to have a progress bar, so you can showcase your work or skills in a professional way by using a progress bar. Like if you're a developer, you know PHP, WordPress, HTML, CSS, so you want to showcase your skills, so you can do that using a progress bar. So let's create our progress bar. So to do that, I'm clicking here on this plus icon, and I'm searching for progress bar. Here is the progress bar. I'm dragging it here inside this column. So this is our progress bar, and here in progress bar you can see the options you can make my skills. Like if you are a web developer and you are really good at WordPress and you want to showcase that, so how you can do that? So here's the title of this progress bar. Like if you're a WordPress developer, let's make the title to WordPress, And using WordPress you can create blog websites, e-commerce websites. So you want to tell your clients how good are you at on creating blog websites. So you can do that in this way, like inner text here you can see web designer. Instead of that you can say here blog websites, and you can give your skills a percentage. Like if you think you're super good at creating blog websites, so you can make the percentage 100%. If you're a little bit confused about your skill, so you can make the percentage 80%. So you are basically marking yourself 80 out of 100. You are capable of doing it in a professional way. So here is the option. Here you can see the front color, and here is the background color. You can change that as well. So to do that, let's click on the style tab, and you can see here is the color option. This is the foreground color, and here you can see the background color. So this is the background color. If you want to change this front color, let's click here. You can make it green. And if you want to change this background color, let's click here on the background color, and if you want to make it something grayish, so you can do that. Or even if you don't want to show this background color, you can do that by making the background color's opacity at the lowest. So this way you can show your progress bar. And if you have other skills, you can do that with the same design. Just copy and duplicate these things. Like if you click here, right click, duplicate, here's the second one, and now you can change it with your other skills. So let's click here on this icon, and WordPress, if you also know Shopify, so here's the Shopify, and you are 100% confident that you can do anything with Shopify. So here's the percentage. You can make it to 100%, and using Shopify you can do e-commerce website this way. Also, if you don't wanna show this percentage, you can also hide that. So here is the option display percentage. You can make it hide. Also for this one, let's click here. If you also don't wanna this 80 percentage, so let's go on content and make the display percentage to hide. As I'm a web developer and I have worked with clients from around the world, so I want to showcase that using this progress bar. Like I want to show the world I have completed X amount of projects with USA clients, I have completed X amounts of projects with Canadian clients. So I want to make this column on this way. So first I want to add a title at the top. So let's first delete these two. Right click here, delete this one, right click, delete this one. I want to add a heading here first. So I'm clicking here on this plus icon, dragging a heading inside this, and this heading should say our worldwide clients, and I want to make it centered, and I want to make the tag H3. Also I want to change the color of this H3. I want to make this color something like this buttons color. So let's go on styles. I'm clicking here and going on styles, text color to my button color like this. And I also want to add some padding around this column. So I'm clicking here on this column icon. I'm going on advanced tab, padding. I'm not unbinding this on this time because I want the padding all around this column. So I'm putting 15 pixel of padding, maybe not 15, let's keep it 20 pixel of padding. And now I want to add some progress bar here. So let's go to elements. I'm searching for progress bar. Here is the progress bar. Let's drag it and leave it. Here first I want to change the text. Instead of my skill, I want to say the name of the country. So I'm putting Canada here, and I don't want to show this percentage, so I'm hiding this percentage. And in this progress bar, I really want to showcase how many projects I have done with Canadian clients. So here the inner text, I want to say it 100 plus completed projects because I have literally completed 100 plus projects with Canadian clients. And now I want to change the foreground and background color of this progress bar. So I'm going on styles. I want to change the foreground color to a bluish color to this, and I also want to change the background color to black or a gray color. So I'm putting 444, this color. It looks nice. Now I want to copy this progress bar a couple more times. So I'm right clicking here, duplicate. Again, I'm right clicking here, duplicate, right click, duplicate. I want to duplicate this one more time, duplicate. Now I want to change the country's name. I have worked with the clients, so instead of Canada, now I have worked with US clients, I have worked with UK clients, this one Australia, and the last one other, because I have also worked with different countries clients. Now I also want to change the project numbers and this progress bar percentage. So I'm doing it for really quick. Alright, so this area looks really nice to me, but what I want to do, I want to add a different color on this column. So to do that, I'm clicking here on this column icon, and let's go to styles, and from here background type classic, and I want to add a solid color here. So I'm putting my color here. Nice. Let's minimize our page builder now and let's have a look. Yeah, this area looks really nice. I like it. So let's create our next section now. Let's open the page builder. Now I want to create a new section. In this section, I want to display my team members. So let's create this one. Let's click on this plus icon and I want to select this structure. So I'm selecting this and I want to stretch the section. So I'm clicking here because I want it to be full width. So first I want to add some top margin in this section. So I'm clicking here. Let's go on advanced, unbind it. I want to add some margin at the top only. So I'm clicking here 60 pixel top. Alright, and also I want to give it some padding at the top and bottom. So here is the padding. Let's unbind it first. I want to have 60 pixel at the top and 50 pixel padding at the bottom. And now I want to add a heading and a subheading here. So let's go to elements. From here, heading, it should say team. So I'm writing here team and I want to make it H6. Let's center it, and then I want to add another heading. I'm dragging this heading underneath our subheading. Let's make it centered, and I also want to change the text here. So this is my text, and I also want to give this heading a little bit margin at the left and right. So I'm clicking here at this heading section. I'm going on advanced and let's give the margin on percentage. So let's unbind it first and I'm giving the margin in percentage. So let's give it 10% margin on the left and 10% on right. So it's looking like it right now, and I also want to have an divider underneath this heading like this. So I can just copy it, like I'm clicking here on duplicate, and I can now drag it underneath this heading here like this, and I need to make it centered. So I'm clicking here, alignment center. And if you notice, this section has a white background and I don't want this section's background also white. So I want to change the background. I'm clicking here on this section settings. From here I'm going to styles, background type, from here image, and I want to use the same background image I used on homepage. So insert media, here's the background. I also want to add a solid color, so I'm clicking here on color. So I'm putting my color here, F1, F5, F8, this color. Now I want to display my team members' pictures, their name and their role underneath this. So I'm going on elements, and from here I want to take the inner section right underneath this divider. So I'm leaving it here. And first I want to give this section a little bit margin at the top, so I'm clicking here on this inner section settings. I'm going on advanced, and I only want to give margin on the top, so maybe 15 pixel. Yeah, 15 pixel is good. And now inside this column I want to add my team members' pictures, their name and their role. So to do that, I'm clicking here on this plus icon. Now let's drag an image element inside this column. Now let's upload on image. To do that, I'm clicking here, choose image, upload files, select files, and I want to upload it from my desktop, and I created a folder named team members, so I can upload all the images together. So I'm selecting this all together, open. So first I want to display my image as I'm the founder of my team. So here is my image. I'm selecting this one, insert media. Here's my image, and I want to make this size a little bit smaller, so medium size. So here's the image. It's still pretty big, but it won't show in this way because we will have 3 columns in it. So if I click here and if I click on duplicate, so it will appear this way. Of course here will be my other team members picture, but I'm just showing you how it will be displayed later. So for now, just delete this one, right click here, delete this. And now I want to add some box shadow with this image. So I'm clicking here on this icon, and from here on style tab, here is box shadow. I want to add some box shadow. Horizontal 0 is fine, vertical 0. Let's increase the blur a little, maybe 60 is good. And let's now reduce the spread. Let's close it, and now I want to add my name and my role right here. So I'm looking for element, staff element. Here's the staff element. I want to drag it right underneath my image here. So here's the staff element appears. I can change the name, occupation. So I'm changing my name to Jim Fahad, and staff occupation, founder and web expert. Now I want to change the color of my name. So to do that, I'm going on style, from title, color. I want to change this color to our accent color. Let's close this. And now I want to make this background color to white. So let's go on advanced, and let's go to background type. I want to select a solid white color, so I'm selecting white. So it's white now. Let's close this background. Let's open the advanced one. Because I want to make it look really cool, I want to make it position at this place with some border radius on the left. So let's do that. I want to drag it a little bit top, so let's give it some minus top margin. So first unbind this one. I'm giving some minus top margin, so let's keep it like 60 or minus 62 is fine. Also I want to give some margin on the left, maybe 90 pixel or 88 pixel. Okay, it's fine. Now let's give it some padding. So I'm giving 15 pixel of padding, but I want more on the left. So unbind this one, maybe 40 pixel. Yeah, let's give it some border radius on this corner and this corner. So to do that, let's click on border. So I only want to give the border radius on the top and left. So let's unbind it and to give it 40 pixel, maybe 50 pixel is fine. So 50 pixel on the left. Now I don't want this extra spaces, so let's reduce this. I'm going on styles and title, top space, let's make it 0, and also bottom space, let's make it 0. Maybe we can give it a little bit like 2. Yeah, that's okay. Let's now add some shadow with it. So I'm going on advanced to border and box shadow. Let's make the horizontal to -2. Let's play with the vertical one. Let's keep it 5 or 6. Let's make the blur a little bit more, like 16 or 17 is good, and let's reduce the spread to -6. Let's close this, and I think the bottom space is too much, so we can reduce that. Let's click and go to advanced, and let's reduce the bottom padding like 10 pixel, or we can make it 0. I think 5 is fine. Yep, I like it. Let's duplicate this couple times. Let's right click on this column, click on duplicate, and again right click, duplicate, and we don't need this empty columns, so let's delete this and also delete this one. Now I want to add some animation with these columns, so I'm clicking on this column here, advanced, motion effects. Let's add fade in or fade in up, and I want to add an animation delay to 150. Let's do the same for this too, but for this one I want to add animation delay to 250, and for the third one I want to make the animation delay to 350. So when they will appear together, that will create a really nice animation. So let's do that. Click on this column, advanced, motion effects, fading up, normal, 250, and click on this column, advanced, motion effects, fading up, normal, and here 350. Now I want to replace these images with my other team members' images and with their names and roles, so I'm doing it really very fast. Alright, now let's save it. I'm clicking here on update. Now let's have a look on the live site. Here we are at the home page. Let's click on about us. Awesome, this area looks really nice. Now let's get back to our dashboard, and I want to duplicate this section couple more times because I have more team members. I also want to display them into our about us page. So I'm right clicking here, duplicate, and here it's duplicated, and I want to duplicate one more time, duplicate. Alright, now I'm fast forwarding the video because I just want to replace their images and their name and their role. Alright, I have replaced other team members' images. Now let's update it, and let's have a look on our about us page. Let's refresh this page. Awesome, I really like this animation. So our about us page is done. Now I just only want to add the companies we work for here that we created on our home page. So now let's click on home page. I'm opening it from a new tab, and in the home page I want to add this section on our about us page right here. So we don't need to recreate this area again. We can just copy this as a template and we can use it onto our about us page. So to do that, I'm clicking here edit with Elementor on the home page, and let's go to company section. Here I'm clicking on this section here and I'm right clicking it. Let's click on save as template. I can name it the way I want, so I want to name it as companies, and let's save it. So it's saved as a template named companies. Let's close this one and go to our About Us page builder and refresh this page. And now I want to add the company section right underneath the My Team section. So usually to create a new page section, we click on this plus icon, but in this time we will click on this folder icon. I'm clicking here and then click on My Templates here on the right, companies, and let's click on insert. Let's click on yes. And it's done. We don't need to recreate this section again as we have already made this section. So let's click on update, and now let's have a final look. Here is our About Us page. Refresh this page. Awesome. Let's now create our services page. Let's go back to our WordPress dashboard. So we want to create our services page. So let's go on pages, all pages. From here, I'm looking for services page. Here is the services one. Let's click on edit. Now click on edit with Elementor button. First, I want to add a top banner like our About Us page. So let's go back to our About Us page. We can click here, right click. I'm opening it on a new tab. So here is our About Us page. I want to use this top banner on our services page, so let's make it a template first. I'm clicking edit with Elementor, and I want to save this top banner as a template. Right click here, save as template. I want to name it top banner, save it. It's here, top banner. Let's close this one, also close this tab. Now refresh this page again. Now click on this folder icon, My Templates, and I want to add this top banner. Click on insert. Yes. So here is our banner, and I want to change this text. So I'm clicking here. Instead of About Us, I want to say services with a smile. And now I want to add 3 buttons here. So I'm going on elements, dragging an inner section. Now I want to have 3 buttons here for my 3 different services. So I'm going on elements. I'm dragging a button inside this column. This button should say blog, websites, and I want it to align on right. And I want some border radius with it, so I'm going on styles, border radius like others, 18 pixel, and I want to duplicate this couple more times. Right click here, duplicate this one, and click again, duplicate, and this button should say, I'm clicking here on edit, business websites, and this button should say e-commerce websites. And let's delete this empty column. Right click here, click on delete. I want to make this one aligned on center, so I'm clicking here centered, and this one I want it to be aligned on the left. And let's click on this section settings here. So let's play with this width. Let's keep it 900 pixel. Column gap, let's make it narrow. Height default is fine. Let's make the vertical align middle, and overflow default. Now I want to create 3 different sections for these 3 services, and I can also use a video background instead of this image. So how can I do that? Let's click on this section settings here. Let's go on style, and from here, instead of classic one, let's click on the video one. So we can add Vimeo video or YouTube video link here. So let's go on YouTube. I like this time-lapse YouTube video, so I want to use it as a background of our top banner. So to do that, let's just copy this URL and go to our page builder, just paste it here, and here you go. Here is our video background. And even if you want, you can set a starting time here like 10 seconds, or you can set an end time like 100 or 120. So the video will start from 10 second and it will end on the 120 second. You can play it once or you can loop it. By default it's disabled on mobile. If you want, you can turn it on. Let's have a look now. Minimize the page builder. I think we can add a little bit top and bottom padding. So let's go on this section settings, go to advanced, and let's add some padding on the top and bottom. Unbind it, maybe 30 pixel at the top and 30 pixel at the bottom. Let's minimize the page builder. Yeah, it looks nice. Let's update it. Awesome. Now I want to add my first service section here. So let's do it. Click on this plus icon and I want this structure. So on the left column I want to talk about my service, and on the right I want to add an image gallery. So on the left, let's add a heading first. I'm clicking on here heading, I'm dragging inside into this column, and underneath that I want to add a divider. So here is the divider. Let's drag this and leave it under heading, and underneath that I want to add a text. So text editor here, drag underneath here. So now I want to change the heading to blog websites, and I want to change this text. So let's change it to my text. Here is the my text, and let's style this divider. Let's make the width to 10, or I can type it here, 10, alignment left, and let's go on style. Weight I want it to be 4, and let's make the gap 2, and let's change the color. Also underneath this text I want to add a button. So go to elements, here is the button. Let's drag it and leave it underneath here. I want to say get in contact, and also I want to have some border radius. So I'm going on style, border radius like before, 18 pixel. Now I want to add some padding in this column. I'm clicking on this column icon. Let's go on advanced, and I want to give this padding into percentage. Unbind it. I want to have top 5%, right 5%, bottom 0 is fine. I want to add 10% padding left. And now let's add some margin top on this section. So I'm clicking here on this section settings, go to advanced. I only want to have margin on the top. Unbind it, so maybe 100 pixel. Yeah, it looks nice. And on the right side I want to have an image gallery. So I'm clicking here on this plus icon. I'm searching for an image gallery. So I want a basic gallery. I'm dragging it right here inside this column. Now let's add some images inside this gallery. I'm clicking here this plus icon, upload files, select files. Let's go to our Elementor folder, and here I created a folder portfolio. Inside that blog section, and I want to add it all. So I'm selecting all and open it all together. All images are uploaded and all are selected. Now let's click on create a new gallery. So here is our gallery. We can order or reorder the images the way we want. Now let's click on insert gallery. Now let's make the image sizes to medium size. Column 4, if we want, we can make 3 column or 5 column. Let's keep it 4. Link, media files, yes. Lightbox, yes, I want lightbox, yes. And default order is fine, but if we want, we can make it random. So let's keep it default. Now let's give it a little bit style. So let's go to style tab. I want to have a little bit of space in between them. So let's click on custom. I don't want this much spaces, so let's reduce it. Maybe 10 or 5. Yeah, 5 is good. And let's add some border radius with it. Maybe 10 pixel. Yeah, it looks nice now. And if we go now on content, you can see we selected lightbox to yes. So that means if we click on any image, it will be pop up in a lightbox. So we can navigate through other images by clicking this right arrow, and we can go to previous image by clicking this left arrow. So as I'm a web developer and I have created blog websites for my clients, so these are the screenshots of the websites. If you're a photographer, you can showcase your photos like this by using this kind of image gallery. And also you can customize the opacity of the background. So how we can do that? Let's click on this hamburger icon, go to global settings, and from here right you can see the light box. You can play with the background color you like. Click on here, and if you want you can reduce or maximize the opacity level you want. So the default one is fine for me. I'm clearing this one. I'm okay with it. Let's close this. And now I want this section vertically aligned. So let's click on this column icon, go to layouts, and vertical align. Let's make it middle. So this area looks really nice now, but I want to reduce the left column width a little bit. So we can do this by dragging. So let's keep it something like this maybe. Let's click on update to save, and let's open the services page on a new tab to see how it is looking on live page. Here is the services page so far. It looks really nice. If I click on any image, awesome. Now let's get back to our page builder. Now I want to add couple more sections so I can show my other services, business websites and e-commerce websites. To do that, let's just copy this section couple more times. Right click here, duplicate. So here is the duplicated one. Let's right click here and duplicate this one again. So this section is for our first service, this one is for our second service, and this one is for our third service. So let's change the contents. Let's click on this section settings icon, and I want to make this section full width. So let's click on stretch section, and also I want to have a background in this section. So let's click on style, background type, image. I want to use this image, insert media, and I want to have a background color. This one F1, F5, F8. Alright, now I want to reverse these two sections, so I can do it by dragging this one on the right like this. And here, instead of an image gallery, I want to add a video. So to do that, first delete this element, right click here, delete, and I want to add a video here. So let's click on this plus icon. I'm looking for a video. Here is the video. I want to add a video. I'm leaving it here. Here's the options for video. So you can add a YouTube video or Vimeo video. You can select here YouTube, Vimeo, Dailymotion, or self-hosted video. I want to add a YouTube video here, so I'm selecting YouTube. And here you have video options like autoplay. If you want autoplay, select this one. Play on mobile, no. Mute, yes, I want to make it mute. Loop, yes. And player controls, I don't want to show the player controls, so I'm turning it off. Awesome. Now I want to add some margin at the top of this section, so I'm clicking here. Let's go on advanced tab. I think 100 top margin is too much for this section, so let's make it like 60 pixel. because I want to add some padding at the top and bottom of this area. So let's add some padding. Let's unbind it first, and I want to add some padding at the top, 60 pixel, and 60 pixel at the bottom. Also, I want to change the text of these areas because this area is for our second service. So let's change the text, blog websites, to let's make it business websites, and I also want to change this text to this text. And the last thing I want in this section, I want to make this video vertically centered. So let's click on this column icon, vertical align, let's make it middle. So let's click on update. Now let's create our third service section. So first let's change the text, blog websites, to make it e-commerce websites, and I also want to change these texts to this. Yes, and instead of image gallery, on right side of this section I want to have an image carousel. So let's delete this one first. Right click, delete this, and I want to add an image carousel. So I'm searching for image carousel. Here's the image carousel. Drag it, leave it here. Let's add some image first. For now, let's add some images from here. So I'm clicking here. I'm selecting this by command select, or if you are in PC, press Ctrl and just select this one by one and click create a new gallery. And you can order or reorder these images like this. Even you can click here to reverse order. Now let's insert into gallery. I want to show here one image at a time, so let's change these settings here. So let's make the image size to medium large. Slide to show, I only want to show one image at a time. Image stretch, no. Navigation, I only want to show dots. And I don't want to add any link or caption here. So let's click on update and let's have a look. Let's refresh this page. Let's scroll down to have a look. Here is the video one. It's business website section, and underneath that e-commerce website section. So far this page looks really professional. Now I want to create a section, the number of projects I have done for my clients right here. So let's go our page builder. I'm taking a new section here. I want this structure, and inside that I want to add some columns. So let's go on elements, inner section, this one, and let's add some padding at the top and bottom of this section. So let's click on the settings. From advanced, I want to add some padding at the top. Let's unbind it first. Padding 60 pixel at the top and 60 pixel or 70 pixel at the bottom. And let's click inside this column. I want to add a nice counter inside it. Click on this plus icon. I'm searching for counter. Here is the counter. Let's drag this inside this column here. So here's the options. Starting number starts from 0, ending number 100. So I want to say how many blog websites I have done for my clients. I have done minimum 100 plus blog websites for my clients. Now here's the option. We can add a prefix number. If I add like 2, so 2 will be always added at the first of anything. I don't want that. Number of suffix, I want to add a plus icon to show that I have done 100 plus blog websites. And animation duration 2 seconds is fine. 1000 separator show, and title I want to change it to blog websites. And let's go to styles. I want to change the color of this number. Click on text color. I want to change it to our accent color, so this color. And I also want to make it look big. So from font size, I'm dragging it to right, like 60 or 65 pixel is nice. And then click on title. Title settings is fine. Let's go on advanced because I want to add some padding at the top. So let's unbind it. I want to add 10 pixel padding at the top, and I also want to add some border around this counter. So let's go on border, and here is the option for border type. Here you can select solid type of border or double border or dotted, but I want a dashed border, and we can select the color of this border from here, and I want light color, so I'm giving it the color DDD. This is the color. And also I want to make it thin border, so let's make the width to 2 pixel. It looks nice. Now let's copy this couple of times. Click on duplicate, again click on duplicate, click on duplicate. And now I want to change the numbers and my surfaces. Let's remove this empty one. Right click here, delete this one, and let's edit this one. From here I want to show here business websites, so business websites, and I have done almost 220 plus, and let's edit this one. Click on this icon, and this one is for e-commerce, so I'm typing e-commerce. I have done minimum 50 plus e-commerce projects, and let's edit the last one. Here I want to show how many happy clients I have, so here I want to say happy clients. Let's make the number to 300, and our suffix is already plus, so it's 300 plus. Let's click on update. Let's have a look on the live site, refresh, so scroll down. Here it is. It looks really nice. And the last thing I want to add in our service page, that is a contact form. So if people become interested after seeing these services, so they can contact us immediately through this page. Of course we will have a different contact us page, but I want to add a contact form in this page. So let's get back to our page builder. Let's create a new section. I'm clicking here on this plus icon. I want to make it a full width section. I'm clicking this structure. I want it to be full width stretch section, and I want to add a background color here. So I'm clicking here on style, background type classic. I want to add an image, so let's select the image. This is the image I want. Insert media, and also I want to add a color. So here is my color, F1, F5, F8, and let's add some padding at the top and bottom. So from advanced tab, let's go to tab. I want to add 60 pixel of padding at the top and 60 pixel at bottom, like that. And inside this I want to add our contact form. I'm clicking here on this plus icon, and I'm searching for form, contact form. Here you will find two contact forms. This one is from Elementor itself, and this one is from Flux. I want to use the Flux one, so I'm dragging this one inside this column. So this is our Flux contact form. Here is the name, email, website, message, and here is the submit button. And here you need to put your email address. On that email address you will receive the email of this contact form. So when people will fill up this contact form, their name, email, website, and message, and hit submit, you will receive that into your this email. So I want to receive that on elementor@gymfahaddigital.com. Let's click on update, and of course I want a heading at this section, top of this section. So let's click on the elements, heading here, and I want it to say contact us now, and I want it to be centered, and I want to make this one fonts bigger. So let's go on style, from typography let's drag this to something 45 pixel maybe. Alright, and I also want a border underneath it, so like this one. Let's duplicate this, duplicate, and let's drag this underneath the heading. Let's make it centered, and now you can see our contact form is full width, but I want to have some padding at the left and on the top. So let's click on this contact form settings here. Let's go on advanced, or we can do it with this full column. So let's click on this column, go to advanced, and from here we can make it in percentage, maybe write 25%. Let's unbind it first, undo this one and unbind it. Let's make 25% padding at the right and left, make it 25%. Right now it looks nice. Let's now click on update to save it, and now let's have a look on the live page. So refresh this page, let's scroll down, and here you go. Here is our contact form, and let's check it's working or not. So I'm pretending I'm John Doe and I'm using this contact form. So my name is John Doe, my email maybe johndoe@gmail.com, website www.johndoe.com, and here we can write this is a test message, just making sure our contact form is working, like that, and let's click on submit. And I just have received a message email from our elementor.com. so let's open my email. Here is the email. So it says name John Doe, email johndoe@gmail.com, website www.johndoe.com, message, this is a test message, the message we wrote. Awesome. So our services page is done, and if we scroll down underneath here, we can see a message, thanks for your message sent successfully, and it should be because we already have received the message. And the last thing, I want to make this page interactive. So like here is the button, it says get in contact. Here also is a button, get in contact. Here also a button says get in contact. So when we click get in contact, this page scrolls down to our contact us form here. So let's go back to our page builder and let's do it. So to do that, we need to add some anchor. So I want to add an anchor here. I'm selecting this, and let's go to elements, and I'm searching for anchor. Here is the anchor, and I'm dragging it, and I'm leaving the anchor here. And here we need to name our anchor. So I want to name it contact. So this is basically the ID we need to use on that buttons. So let's do it. So here is get in contact button. Let's click on this edit icon, and here link after hash, just put the ID contact. Also for this one, click on edit, link contact. Also for our first get in contact button, click on edit icon, link contact. Let's update the page, and let's go to our live page here. So if we now scroll up and click here in this get in contact button, this page scrolls down to the contact us now button. On this get in contact, all button is working properly. Awesome. Now let's get back to our page builder, and I also want to add some anchor with these sections. So when people click on this blog website, that scrolls down them to this section, also for the business website section and the e-commerce website section. So let's do it. Go to elements, search for anchor again, and let's drag this here, maybe here at the top, and let's name it blog. And now let's go to blog websites button settings and link it to the blog ID here with this anchor. Also let's do with business website section. So here it is, go to elements, I'm searching for anchor. Let's drag this here at the top, make this one's ID name to business, copying it, and let's go to business websites button settings here and link it to business. And also let's go to e-commerce websites, go to elements, I'm searching for an anchor, drag it, and I'm leaving it here. Let's name the ID to e-commerce, I'm copying the name, and let's go at the top, e-commerce websites button settings, link it to e-commerce ID, and let's update it. Now go to our live page. Now refresh the page. So if we now go at the top and click on blog websites, it scrolls down to the blog websites section. If we click on business websites, it takes us to the business websites section, and if we click on e-commerce websites, it takes us to e-commerce website section, and if we click on any get in contact button, it takes us to our contact form button. Awesome. So we have completed our services page. Let's have a final look from here. Blog website section, business website section, e-commerce website sections with a nice carousel. Here's the project's number, contact us. We have created really nice page. So this is our services page. Here we have shown all the services together. Now I want to create separate services page. So a single page for blog websites, a single page for business websites, and a single page for e-commerce website. And we can make these 3 different pages really quick, because I want to make this services page as a template, and we'll keep only the relevant sections and we'll delete the irrelevant sections from that single page. So we can create that 3 different services pages within next couple minutes. So let's do it. Let's now go back to our page builder here, and I want to save this whole page as a template. So to do that, here, if you have a close look on the update button on the right side, you can see a up arrow icon. Click here and save as template. So I want to name it services and save. Let's now close this and let's go back to our WordPress dashboard. So to do that, click on this hamburger icon and click on exit to dashboard. Leave. So here is our WordPress dashboard. Let's go to all pages. I'm clicking here on all pages. Now I want to create blog websites page. So let's click on edit. Click edit with Elementor. And now let's click on this folder icon and go to my templates. Let's now select the services template, click insert, yes. So this is our blog website services single page. On this page we don't need this, so I want to delete this section from this page. So let's just click on this cross icon. It's gone. I also don't want this in this page. Let's delete this one as well. I don't need this as well. So let's go back on the top. Also we don't need these buttons. Let's delete these, and instead of services with a smile, I want to say on this page blog website service, and instead of video background I want a solid image background. So let's click on this section settings here, go to styles, and let's select the classic one. I want to change this image, so click on choose image, upload files, select files, and let's go to Elementor folder. And from here, this image, this is something relatable with blog, so open it, insert media. I want to fix the position of this background image, so let's click on position. Let's play with it. Click on bottom right. Let's make the size auto to cover. Yeah, this one looks good. Let's scroll down. What can I do? Yeah, we can add a FAQ section in this page. So if people have any question in mind about our blog website service, they will get the answer from this page. So I want to create a FAQ section in between these 2 sections. So to do that, let's click on this plus icon. So here we can take a new section. Let's click on this plus icon. I want this structure. I want to put a heading first. So let's go to elements and heading. Let's drag a heading inside this column. I want to say it FAQ and make it sender. Also I want to have this divider underneath FAQ. So let's right click here, duplicate, and now drag this duplicated one underneath FAQ. Let's make it centered. Now I want to add questions and answers. So to do that, let's click on elements, and I'm looking for accordion. So here is the accordion element. Let's drag this and leave it under the divider here. So here is our accordion. We will make this our questions and this will be our answers. So let's do it. This is accordion 1 and 2 and we can change it from here. Even we can add more. So for now let's delete the second one and let's edit the first one. Here we can add the title and here's the description. So we will put our question here and we will put our answer here in this description. So here I'm adding a question like, what do I need to start my blog? And here is the answer. Let's click here to close this and we can add more items here, or even we can copy this and edit more questions like this, and we can add more, or we can click here to add item like this. I want one more, so click on add item again. And here you can see the plus icon. When we click, it becomes a minus icons, and when again we click here, it reversed. So we can select this icon from here. If we want to change this, we can do it from here. Also, if you want to change the minus icon, we can do it from here as well. But I like the plus and minus icon. It makes clear sense with FAQs. So now I want to change the text of this question and answers. I'm fast forwarding the video because you already know how to do it. Just click here and from this left bar you can edit the title and here is the description. Alright, I have created all the questions and answers. Now I want to add some padding at the top and bottom. So let's click on this FAQ section, go to advanced, and I want to add some padding at the top, maybe 80 pixel, and bottom 80 pixel. Also these FAQs are 100% width. I want to add some padding at the left and right. To do that, click on this icon, go to advanced. Let's unbind the margin and I want to give it in percentage, maybe 10% at the right and 10% on the left. Yeah, it looks nice. Let's now update it. If we now hover over on services on blog websites, if I now open it from a new tab, so here is our blog website services page. Here is the top banner, here is the images with a nice slide box, then FAQ section, and then a contact now form. Now let's create our business websites page and e-commerce websites page on the same way. Let's go back to our page builder, and I also want to save this FAQ section as a template so I can use that on other single services page. So let's click here, save as template. I want to name it FAQ, save it, close this, and let's now go back to our WordPress dashboard. Let's now go to all pages. Now I want to create business websites. Click on edit, edit with Elementor. Let's click on this folder icon, go to my templates, and let's select the services one, insert, yes. On this page I don't need this section, so I'm deleting this section by clicking here. I only need this section, and I also don't need this. I'm deleting this one. I don't need this one as well, and I want to add a FAQ section here. So let's click on this plus icon, click this folder icon, and I want to use the FAQ template from here, insert, yes. Here's the FAQ section, and in this page I can change this question and answers according to the business website service. Like if I click here on the edit and go to question 1, here instead of what do I need to start my blog, here you can say my business website. Like that, you can change all the question and answers the way you want. And let's click on the update. It's saved. Let's now create our e-commerce website single page. Let's go back to our WordPress dashboard, go to all pages. I'm looking for e-commerce. Here's the e-commerce websites. Click on edit, click edit with Elementor, click on this folder icon, my templates, and I want to select the services, insert, yes. I don't want this section on this page. Let's delete this one. Also delete this. I only want this e-commerce website section. I don't want this section as well, and I want to add FAQ here. Click on this plus icon, click on this template icon. Let's select FAQ, insert, yes. So here's the FAQ, and if we want to change, click on the edit icon, and from here if you want to change, like for my blog, my e-commerce website, like that, you can change all the question and answers. And now let's go on the top. We don't need this as well, delete this, and instead of services with a smile, I want to say it e-commerce website services. Also, I want to change the background, so let's click here and go to styles, background type. Let's select classic one. Image, I wanna select a different image for it. Upload files, select files, and from here I want to select this image, open it, insert media. Now let's fix the position, and here let's make it center, and let's make the size auto to cover, like this. Let's save this, click on update. Now let's have a final look on all the services pages. So let's first click on services. So this is our main services page. This page looks really amazing. And if we now click on blog websites, so this is our blog website service single page. And let's click on e-commerce websites. This is our e-commerce website services single page. And let's click on the business websites. So this is our single business website services page, but I forgot to remove this title and these buttons. So let's do it really fast. Click here on edit with Elementor. So this is our single business website services page. On this page I don't want this. Also this should say business website services, and instead of video background I want a solid background. Let's go on styles, background type classic. Let's change the background image, choose image, upload files, select files, and I want to have this image on this business single services page. Open it, insert media, and let's fix the position of this image. Let's make it center, and size auto to cover. Yup, this page looks really nice now. Let's click on update. Now let's have a look from services page to business websites if we open it from a new tab. So let's have a look. Now top banner looks really nice, and here is our video and FAQ section, our contact form. Alright, I like it. So we have almost completed creating our website. We have created home page, about us page, services page, and single services pages. We only have a blog and contact page remaining. We will create blog page right after creating contact page. So let's now create the contact page. Let's go to dashboard now. Go to pages, to all pages. Here's the contact page. Click edit. Click on edit with Elementor. So in this contact page I want to add a top banner first. So let's click on this template icon to my templates, and here is the top banner template. Let's click on insert, yes. Instead of about us I want it to say contact us, and I want to change the background. Click here, go to style, and from here I want to pick a different image, upload files, select files, and I want to have this image. This is something relates to contact. Let's click on open, insert media. Let's fix the position to, let's make it center, size auto to cover, or we can make the position custom. Here is the custom option, X position. This is not displaying right now because X position is in minus, so I want to make it 0, and Y position, let's play with it like this or this. Yes, I like this position. Alright, now I want to add a new section here. I want the full width structure, and I want to add here 3 columns, like one column will show my phone number and the second column will show my email address and the third column will show the street address. So let's do it. Go to elements, and from here inner section I'm dragging it and leaving it inside this section. Now let's add some margin top at the bottom of this section. Go to advanced, unbind it, and I only want top margin to 60 pixel. Alright, now inside this column I want to add an icon first. So I'm clicking here on this plus icon. I'm searching for icon. So here's the icon. Let's leave it here. So I want a phone icon. Let's click here and search for phone. Yep, I like this one. Insert, and I want to change the color to our accent color. Let's go to style, click on primary color. Let's change it to our accent color. Close it. Now I want a heading underneath. So let's go to elements, heading, underneath the icon. I want to make it centered and H3, and I want it to say call us now. Then I want to have another heading underneath the main heading. So here is the heading, and I want to make it H5, alignment center, and here I want to put my mobile phone number. So here I'm putting my mobile phone number, and I want to make it more light. So let's go to styles. Let's change the color to a lighter color, 888, 888, and I also want to raise the font weight. So I'm clicking here on typography, weight, let's make it 500. Yep, it looks okay now, and I want to add a border around this column. So let's click on this column icon, then go to styles, click on border. I want to have a solid border with maybe 2 pixel, yes, and let's change the color to a lighter color. So hash DDD, yes, this color is fine, and let's make the border radius to 10 or 20 pixel. Also I want to have a hover effect on it. So when I hover over on this section, I want a box shadow that time. So let's click on hover, click on box shadow. Let's keep the horizontal 0, vertical 0, and let's make the blur to 8, and let's make spread to maybe -3. Let's now hover on it. Yes, we can see the border. Let's make the transition a little bit longer. So here is the transition duration option. It's 0.3 seconds now. Let's make it 0.5. If we now hover over on it, yes, this is a smooth hover effect. Now let's add some padding and margin on this column. So let's click on this column and go to advanced. I want to add some margin at the right and left, maybe 15 pixel on the right and 15 pixel on left, and I want some padding at the top and bottom. So let's unbind it, maybe 15 pixel at the top and 15 pixel at the bottom. Let's make it a little bit like 17 pixel. Yep, it looks good. Now let's duplicate this column couple times. Right click here, duplicate, and I want to duplicate it again, duplicate, and let's delete the empty one, delete. Let's now change the icons, text, and the number. Let's click on the icon. So in this one I want a mail icon. So I'm searching for mail or maybe envelope. I like this one. Insert, and instead of call us now, I want to say it mail us now, and I want to add my email address here. So I'm clicking here, and here is my email address. Let's now edit the right one. Click on this column, and here I want to change the icon. Let's click on it. I'm searching for map. I like this pin icon. Let's insert it, and instead of call us now, I want it to say office address. Oops, it's all caps. Office address, and here I want to put my office address. All right, Let's create another section on this page. So let's click on this plus icon, and I want to have this 2-column structure. On the left column, I want to put a contact form, and the right column, I want to show Google Map, so people can easily find us where we are located. So let's now put a form inside this column. So I'm clicking here on this plus icon. I'm looking for a form. Let's drag the contact form inside this column here. This is the same thing we have done on our services page, so nothing new. Here is the email address where you want to receive the email. I'm putting here my email address, elementor@fahaddigital.com. Alright, it's done. And on the right column, I want to put a Google Map. So I'm clicking here on the plus icon and I'm searching for map. So here's the Google Map. Let's drag this and leave it inside this column. Here I want to put office address. So here is the address, 25 King Street, Mania, Australia. And here you can handle the zoom. You can zoom in more or you can zoom out like this. I don't want this much zoom, so let's make it 10. 10 is good. And here is the height option, so you can adjust the height of the map. I want to make it proportional with the left one so it would look good. So let's do it. Let's make it 550. So this is now proportional with the left column. Alright, we are all good, and let's add some margin top on this section. So I'm clicking here on this edit section here, advanced, and I only want to add some margin at the top, so 60 pixel. Alright, let's click on update to save it. Now if we open it from a new tab, let's have a look. So this is our contact us page. Here is contact us top banner. Here is our phone number, email address, office address, and we have nice hover animation here. And here is the contact form, and here is the physical location, the Google Map. This contact page looks really nice and professional.